beautiful queens and handsome kings doing this morning? How you all doing? Welcome back to another day in the start of a new vlog. And it's just gonna probably just be like a day in my life video. It's just gonna be very realistic, which it is a realistic day in my life. I'm currently sitting here. Yeah, when I say it's nothing like getting peace when you just start. I don't know. I'm starting to find my readings more. I'm learning a lot. Like as far as like the message being delivered, I feel like you learn a lot when you read more and apply reading into your life. If you're reading the Bible or just reading a book in general, but I'm learning so much more than I did, because I remember back in the day I used to didn't like to read books a lot, and now as I became older, well, my coffee hit every time. I ended up just doing like a regular cup, and I had some of that caramel macchiato syrup that I had bought probably over a month ago from Kroger. Next time I decide if I want to do another Kroger, which I am, because I told you I like that caramel macchiato creamer that Kroger sells, so I probably will do another one. But my coffee hit in every time. But anyway, yeah, I was reading. Bible study was a success yesterday. The devil thought he was gonna try to get me not to go. It had edited a video, and I was doing my makeup, so I had applied a little makeup on my face, because I don't know, when I be doing the virtual call, I be one that looks like somewhat a little presentable, but the thing is I had to end up coming right up out of my makeup. So I had to have when I did Bible study, because normally I had the camera on, but I had to turn it off, because for some reason, I don't know if I ate something too much, or something really had my stomach, something really had me feeling ill yesterday, but I just, had my camera cut off. I was, I had to kind of lay across my bed and just intake the word like that. I didn't want to miss the study. So I said, you know what, because it was my daughter's idea. She was like, Mom, well, why don't you just cut your camera off then if you want to still do it? And I said, you know what, that's a good idea, instead of me just missing it. Because I don't know how this upcoming week going to be for me as far as my schedule, because I know we do have a lot of little banquet events coming up. So I wasn't going to miss that call. So I'm glad I did that. But when I say Psalms 127, I just got through currently reading it, which I'm still also in the book of Proverbs too. But I've been doing like deep studies on 120, Psalms, because that's where we currently in doing Bible study, faith chat. And so before I tuned in with you all probably see me reading and taking some notes down. But this particular scripture I wanted to share with you all on this, because I said I do want to give you out a video on how I read my Bible and break down. I'm still planning on ideas of how I want to do that, because I do know I do know a couple of you all that, hold on y'all, hold on. Okay, you all, I'm back. I'm sorry. My tripod holder seemed like it wanted to fall down. But one scripture that really stood out to me in 127, and I'm just kind of going to read for the New Standard Holman Version, and verse 2, because like I say, these last couple chapters in Psalms been very, very short. So I read 127. I think when I get to talking to you all, I might try to do some journaling on 128. I already picked the verse out that stood out to me on there, but then I got to read 129. I might read 129 tomorrow when I come in from work and get off. But 128 number 2 verse 2 said, not 128, Psalms 127 verse 2, what really stood out to me, because this particular chapter go up through five verses, but I'm gonna just read the one that stood out to me. And this one said in verse 2, Psalms 127 2, in vain you get up early and you stay up late, working hard to have enough food. Yes, he gives sleep to the one he loves. And my intake, that right there, what I had from my perspective, that that I got out the message, and I'ma just kind of reiterate like the notes that I stood out. I say this chapter basically talks about trusting God in the midst, despite of what life throws at you. Verse 2, in vain you get up early and you stay up late working hard to have enough food. Yes, he gives sleep to the ones he loves. This verse stood out to me because I feel like at times my hard work goes unnoticed. And there are days when I don't want to get up and go to work due to the drama and, low wages, which is low pay. But I still get up and make the best out of my day and show up anyway. There are days where I barely get by due to my finances, but yet still I continue to press on every day. Press on anyway. God is really teaching me to remain focused during the hard times, even when I lack energy to do something. So with that being said, that's my input on the intake on what I kind of got out of that, despite of what life might throw at me. And there'll be days where I lack energy to really just do something, which I know that I have to do it, as far as like with work. That scripture really stood out to me because that's how I've been feeling these last couple of weeks. Like work can be stressful, for a lot of us. I know I'm not the only one. But despite of what's going on around me in the work environment, like some work environments for some people can be very toxic. So much goes on behind the scenes, drama, you low pay, not barely getting by, barely enough money to pay your bills. Then you worry about like how you're gonna provide, because like I say, we living in an era now where everything is so expensive, and people out here working, they just working extremely hard for low wages, but yet still you get mistreated. Some people hard work ethics get unnoticed. Some of them might be on jobs for years and might not get a raise, but yet still these people still pushing through. They still showing up for themselves. They still, making the best out of their days. And that's how I looked at that scripture, because I'm the type where I don't make enough money to barely get by. Like I say, I'm actually kind of spending more money than what I'm making, but yet still I still show up for myself, even though there's times where I don't even want to sometimes go in, but I know that I got to provide for myself as well as my family or whatever. But I lack, like, I feel like God is still with me despite of what I'm going through. Like, life going to throw, and I'm learning that every day now. Life is what you make of it. Life going to try to throw you curveballs all the time, but I'm also learning that, this too shall pass, and this not going to be forever. Like, this not going to be for my forever, and I claim it, because I feel like when you're going through something or you have battle with things, something better going to happen. And I know, and I was listening to a video yesterday morning when Trent Shelton was mentioning that sometimes, you might have to go through some things in order to get to where you're going. Like, sometimes we don't always understand why me, why this happening to me, but why not me? Why not, your greatest test can be a testimony to someone else. So if a person around you have seen that you overcome storms that was meant to break you, or some that were meant to destroy you, but they see how strong you are, that let them know that they can overcome the same thing or overcome what's meant to, break them. And that particular scripture really stood out to me. Like, that verse, it just hit right on time. That's why I say I feel like the Bible is reading it, like everything that's going on in the Bible, I'm reading on, I feel like it's happening in the real world. And like I say, these last couple of years since I've been on this healing journey, y'all know I've been talking about my healing journey. I feel like I have grown a lot. I feel like I have overcame a lot of things that was meant to destroy me. I feel like God removed certain people out of my life for a reason. I feel like he removed me from certain situations, certain places for a reason. So I'm learning every day that even though I don't feel like doing something and I lack energy of pushing myself to do this, I know I have to keep showing up for myself regardless of what the outcome gonna be. And that right there, when I say that particular verse really stood out to me, it really stood out. Like, it was just right on time. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you all. Just whoever, might need a message, maybe this could be a message for someone, is just to keep pressing on, just keep going. There are some things that might try to get the best of you. And I'm learning, and I noticed that when you're a good good-hearted person. It seems like us good-hearted people, we take a lot. We take a lot that the average person probably won't take. Like, we continue to still show up even when we don't want to. And then there's so much, you got some, people that probably around you are very extremely toxic, but you still show up anyway because this is something you have to do. But I'm telling you, just keep going, keep pressing on. Don't let the devil win, because I'm telling you, he's very busy. Like he always, I notice with the devil, he don't bother the people that don't hardly do much, or the ones that's like on his side. He bothers God's people. When I mean by God, well, let me start saying God's with it, but he bothers God children. I'm saying it like that. I feel like he doing that because he feel like that he can get up to those that's on the I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted here. I feel like he do that for a reason, so he can get us distracted. But when you're a child of the Most High God, he can't get you distracted. Like, I mean, there be days where I be like, oh, is this good enough? It's the same way with even creating content, for instance. I'm learning every day. I gotta still show up for myself. This is something I enjoy doing. I've been doing this for 4 years now. Keep pushing the videos out. Not every video gonna do well. I'm saying that now. I just recently checked my analytics on YouTube Studio. I've been trying to not look at that every day, because at one point I was getting distracted about, not getting engagement. But I'm learning every day. All I can do is be myself, keep showing up for myself. I feel like the right community, the right audience will find me in due time, which I feel like some of the people that's tuning in now, have found me just for me being myself. So that's all I can do. That's anybody, whatever you're trying to do in life, you just got to keep pushing forward, keep being yourself. Those that meant to be a part of your journey will be a part of your journey. Those who's not meant to be, hey, you live, you learn. You just got to keep showing up for yourself, even when you lack the energy to do so. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. But, yeah, it's a pretty gloomy morning. I ended up having water my plants. And yeah, it's really, really cold too outside. Cause today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you all. I had recently just pulled the trash, cause the garbage people will be emptying the garbage tomorrow morning. I'll be at work. So I said, let me go and pull the garbage around while I, won't forget. But yeah, I'm just sitting here drinking on my little cup of coffee. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of come in and reflect back on my study on my message, what I got out of the word today. So yeah, you all, I just want to come in and just give y'all a little insight.